again. I don't know what happened there, but I was going live and then I wasn't. So, ooh, that's the first time that's happened though ever. So I'm quite impressed with that. So yes, I was talking about essential oils, using them for grieving. So I did. It's Dying Matters Awareness Week this week, and I was going to be doing some classes, and obviously I can't do face-to-face classes. So I said I'd do some lives about using the oils. So I did a more sort of scientific, well, slightly scientific one on Monday, which I posted. It's on YouTube. If you want to share that with anyone, feel free. So I went into more of the science of it and how your nose works and why the sense of smell is really important, blah, blah, blah. And I talked a bit more about what oils my mum was using with my dad. But tonight I just thought I'd touch on some of the ingredients that are in the doTERRA Emotional Aromatherapy Kit. So I use this a lot because it is really simple. So my sort of top tip for using oils when you're grieving is, if you've got some oils, use them. You know, they're going to impact your emotions. That's just the way it is. They go to the emotional centre of your brain. There is going to be an impact. And if you're in a situation where you haven't got the time to feel that emotion, so on the live I did on Monday, if anybody watched it, you would have seen that in the middle of it, I got upset and I just grabbed an oil and I breathed it in, and then I could carry on with what I was doing. And when I finished the live, I had a bit of time to myself. I wrote a nice poem about my dad, got the feelings out and carried on with my day. So my top tip is, if you've got essential oils, use them. You know, you literally take the lid off, have a nice smell, put the lid back on. You don't have to do anything majorly fancy. If you've got a diffuser like this one, which is just one that just sits on your desk, just bung some oil in that. If you've got some nice cool bracelets, remember to put the oil on the beads on your bracelet if you've got a diffuser. So one of the things, because I was so busy dealing with life and my dad being ill and all that was going on, sometimes I forgot that I had oils, even though I've got them all over the house. It's one of those easy things to forget when life takes over. So I've actually put more of a concerted effort in since he's died to make sure I've got a diffuser in all the rooms, that there's water available, and that there's certain oils next to all the diffusers, so it doesn't become another thing that I have to do and they're just to hand. I've got a whole load here, so this is where I do a lot of my work, and I've got a whole load of oils here, so I can just grab one. Sometimes I don't even look which one I've grabbed. I just assume that I'm going to grab one which will resonate with me, and if it doesn't, grab another one. But what I love about the pre-blends that they've done is someone's looked into what oils to put in these blends and how they're going to help you. And what I love about the set is that there were originally some in that set that I still don't like the smell directly from the bottle. But you can, as I was saying on my other live, is they've done some that are rollables that you can just roll on. So these are fantastic. You don't even really have to, you literally take the rollable, take the lid off, roll them wherever you want, whether it's pressure points in your neck or on your wrists, which is where I sometimes do it because I wear them like I do perfumes, and that's it. And I can just bung that in my bag and away I go. So, I mean, I didn't even check. That's Console, which is totally relevant because that's one I've been using loads since my dad died. And that's going to improve my mood. It just is, because that smell's gone straight to the bit of my brain and it's going to impact on my emotions. But I just thought I'd go a bit more. So one of the troubles with using things like essential oils is because loads of people can buy them and you don't have to be a qualified aromatherapist, is I can understand that people get a bit jittery about, you don't really know what you're doing. They're super safe. If you get a good quality, like I mentioned with doTERRA or anybody else, if you have other oils, doTERRA have got a thing on the bottom of the bottle. You can go and check what tests that has been through and check that it's passed all the tests. So make sure you're getting something where you can go and check where have those oils come from, where have they sourced them from, who's distilled them, and go and check what tests have they put them through. These oils are put through so many tests because they want people to feel empowered to use them for themselves. And that's another tip I would say. Feel that you're in control of how you can impact on your emotions. Go and get some decent quality stuff if that's your thing, whether it's oils or something else. Look into what the company does behind the scenes, how you can find out if the stuff's pure or whatever, and empower yourself to, you know, be in control of how you're impacting your own emotions or your own physical well-being. This is all about us being in control of what we put in our body or near our body, etc. And I'm all into that. I've been into that before I ever found essential oils. I was just really lucky to find a company that totally resonates with the ethics that I feel I need to be a part of my life. So I thought I'd share with you, because I love this and I'm such a geek. This is one of the things I bought when I got into oils. Now, this is a monster of a book. I wouldn't recommend you all go and get this book unless you're a total geek like me. But this is called Medicinal Essential Oils. And I love it because this is a guy who's properly gone into looking at all the studies that the oils say are good for things. And then he's just really simply put it out in a really nice way. So I just thought I would match some of the things that are in these oil blends and just give you a bit of a taste of what impact they can have on you. So Console at the moment is my favourite. It's obviously a blend that's to help you. It's called the Comforting Blend, and I have to say, when I smell this, I do feel like I'm being wrapped in a big hug, which is lovely. And this is one of the ones I used the other day so that I didn't get too upset. And this is one that really helps me get my feelings out in a way that I feel that I'm in control of, and really helps me feel sort of balanced. When I'm feeling sad, I want to feel sad. My dad's died, that's natural. But I don't want it to be overwhelming, and this really helps me. And quite often after I smell this or have it in the diffuser, that's when I write poetry. That's one of the ways that I get things out. It's got a lot of the sort of tree oils in, so I just thought I'd have a look on here. So it's got frankincense, patchouli, ylang ylang, amyris, sandalwood, rose, love rose, osmanthus. So amyris, so that's in this book. I'm looking in this book, so this is the medicinal herbs book. This is coming from a proper, I'll send you the information, Kate, no problem. This is so good. This has got amyris in it, and so under here, reported therapeutic properties is encourages restful sleep, relaxing and calming, reduces fears, especially about the future. So what a great one. You know, you've just lost someone, or something has happened in your life and you're feeling lost, whether it's someone's died or, you know, you've split up from your boyfriend, you moved house, you've moved job, you're feeling that sense of sort of loss and transition, don't quite know. Don't you want to reduce your fears, especially about the future? Yes, you do. You want to feel a bit more in control. Relieves frustration, reduces anxiety. Oh, it's an aphrodisiac, so, you know, that could help with stuff. So there's loads of things. I'm literally just reading a few and sort of more of the emotional ones. There's loads of things in this book. I love this book. So that's one of the oils. And that's just one of the oils in that blend. There's, as I read, there are way more in there. So let's go for another one. Forgive. Now, weirdly enough, I use Forgive for my back issue. So I've got a bit of a wonky back, and I use Deep Blue. That really helps when I'm exercising, just warms up the muscles so I don't feel like I'm going into spasm. But I use Forgive with frankincense to help with my back issue. So there's going to be something in here that's going to help with reducing inflammation or something like that. So Forgive, let's see, spruce I think was the one I found in Forgive, because I don't know much about spruce as an oil, because it's not one that doTERRA have done until recently. Thanks, Kate. That one that they haven't done as an individual oil. So spruce, let's just give you a few of these. It calms and soothes the nerves. Fantastic. It supports adrenal gland function, so I should imagine if you're feeling a bit of loss or grieving or whatever, your adrenals might be working overload. I don't know, I'm not a medical person, but who wouldn't want to support their a decent adrenal function? Relieves exhaustion, so yeah, that really helped with me because I wasn't sleeping very well sometimes. And again, natural, I was writing poetry in the middle of the night. Relieves anxiety, really good, reduces mood swings, grounding, calming, encourages self-confidence, self-acceptance and forgiveness. So isn't that interesting that one of the oils in Forgive in my Medicinal Essential Oils book tells you that it helps with forgiveness? So they know what they're doing, don't they? I haven't set this up. There's no way I would have read all these because it would have taken me forever. So Peace. Now this one really helped me with sleeping. So there's one I already use for sleep. I use a blend called Serenity, which is a restful blend. It's got lavender in it, which a lot of people do use if they're having trouble sleeping. Serenity's got some extra oils in there, like I think it's got vetiver, but it's got some extra oils to help with calming you down to get a good sleep. But if I woke up in the middle of the night, Peace was really useful. It really sort of got rid of those whirring thoughts that sometimes keep you awake. You know, my dad's ill, what am I going to do? How am I going to help my mum? What am I going to do with my kids who are really connected to both my parents, because being home ed, we spent a lot of time with them. You know, how am I going to deal with them? They're losing their granddad. You know, all those thoughts that as a parent you quite often get caught in. This was a lifesaver for actually managing to get me back to sleep. And it's not one I'd used massively before then. And I just tried it. I tried different things, but I was told by someone that Peace was really useful, and they were totally right. So Peace has got, let's have a look. Peace has got vetiver. So there you go. That's one that really helps with sleep. Lavender helps with sleep. Frankincense, clary sage, marjoram, and spearmint. So I don't know which one I looked up for that, but let's go and look at, because I love vetiver anyway. I have used that in blends for people trying to get to sleep. So vetiver, here's some of the things. Encourages restful sleep. There you go. Yay, I knew that one. Relieves anxiety, encourages focus and concentration, reduces anger, is grounding, combats grief. Fantastic. Reduces fear. So obviously my dad's dying. I don't know how I'm going to react to that. I know I'm going to be upset. Am I going to have to do, you know, all those fears come into your head. Am I going to have a total breakdown? What's going to happen? And then we obviously, whilst I was grieving, then we're in this situation we're in. So this is a really good one that I have been using. Now I know why. It reduces fears and combats grief. So a really good one. And again, that's just one of the oils in there. What else have we got? Chia. So chia, I'll do chia and motivate together actually. So I alternate these. So obviously some days you can't just collapse in a small heap. Life keeps going. You might want it to stop. You might want to get off the roundabout that is life, but it doesn't work like that. I've got 2 children. I've got a husband. I've got a house. I've got jobs. You know, there are times when I've taken the time out to sit down and, as I said, write poetry or compose things. I've been writing a lot, or you know, contact people and have discussions and stuff. Motivate is so useful though, when you think, actually, I'd like to do something, but I'm just not feeling the love for it. This one's a really great blend. I know loads of people who use Motivate. I think it was Motivate that I'd seen in a Premier football team. Somebody was passing it to all the people before they came out on the pitch. I'm pretty sure it was that one. I might be wrong, but there was a picture and it was definitely the doTERRA bottle. So this has got clementine, coriander, basil, melissa, like I said, lemon balm, rosemary and vanilla. So this is really good. Rosemary's very good for brain power. I've used that for doing sort of courseworks and stuff before. So I just thought I'd tell you a bit about melissa, because melissa isn't one that is an expensive oil, because it's coming from the leaves of the plant, and the way you have to, I think it might be melissa that you have to harvest at a very specific time, or you've got to get it distilled within a certain time of harvest or something, so it makes it more tricky to do. There's a reason. That might not be that one, but there is. So this, let me tell you a few things. Warming, relaxing, reduces anxiety, encourages restful sleep, comforts during grief, sedating, eases agitation, uplifting, combats anger and rage, relieves nightmares, calms hysteria. So that's melissa. And that, again, just one ingredient in this. And I'm not going to go into all of them because they'll be here for ages. If you just wanted to know some of the things that it helps physically, it calms and soothes nerves and regulates breathing, strengthens the heart. Oh, always good to know, expels excess gas. That's useful to know. Balances hormones. So, I mean, there's so many good things, and that's just one ingredient out of that oil. So, chia. This has got wild orange, clove, I love clove, star anise, love that as well, lemon, myrtle, nutmeg, vanilla, oh, love vanilla, ginger, cinnamon bark. So that's some of the ingredients in chia. So another one that's uplifting and just gives you a bit of a boost. So lemon myrtle that's in this, supports immune system function, What have we got? Reduces, relaxing, uplifting, encourages restful sleep. Fantastic. Corrects negative emotions. Not that I agree that you need to have your negative emotions corrected. I'm not sure quite what that means, but you know, it's going to help uplift and maybe just move you along and get those emotions out so that you feel them and you can keep going. So on to the last one, passion. Now this is the one I don't like the smell directly from the bottle, but in rollable, oh my goodness, so pre-diluted and worn on the skin. I absolutely love this. So, you know, it's worth experimenting. If you don't like the smell from the bottle, put it with some, you know, dilute it down with some fractionated coconut oil or some carrier oil, and you might discover that it smells quite different. And again, really lovely experiment to do if you've got some of these rollables. You know, you roll a one on you, roll a one on someone else, get a few people, roll them on loads of people, and then smell each other. No, it sounds weird, but it smells different on different people because it reacts with your body chemistry. So it might not smell nice on someone, although passion smells nice on everyone. But it's worth experimenting because it's such good fun. And then you realise we're all different. So we're all going to like different smells and like different oils because we're all made up differently. So passion. Passion has got cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, clove, sandalwood, jasmine, vanilla. So this is one, again, it was one that if I really felt that I needed a bit of a mood boost. Obviously, I don't normally put it in the diffuser because I don't particularly like the smell, but it's one that I did carry around quite a lot when I was just going around because you just want that boost, and sometimes you want a different smell. And passion, I don't know, it was one that really helped with getting my feelings out on paper, and I'm very much a pen and paper person. I've got an addiction to stationery and pens, and I love writing. And it's been really interesting that because I've used these oils more since my dad got ill and with the grieving afterwards, I've done a lot more writing. Now that's probably because I'm trying to process what I'm going through as well. But I do wonder if I continue that, whether it will bring out that passion in me. That's something that really helps my emotional well-being. I've been doing a lot of sort of concentrated journaling to get my emotions out. And I've started writing. I was in the middle of writing a book and I've started writing that again. It just makes me wonder, which is why one of my tips was, remember, if you've got essential oils, use them. You know, I can't rewind time and see if it would have been different if I'd been using them before my dad had been diagnosed. But anyway, so passion. I'll tell you a bit about jasmine. So jasmine balances female hormones. That's always really useful. Relieves addictions. Did get a bit addicted to chocolate, and maybe that did help with that. Encourages restful sleep, sedating, stress management, relieves anxiety, reduces hysteria. Who wouldn't want a bit of that? So yeah, so those are the oils, that the main ones I was talking about. As I said, I did use some other ones because I'm obsessed with Balance, which is another one that's really grounding because it comes from a lot of the tree oils. And then there was Elevation, which was another one that I used to sort of uplift. So doTERRA has this lovely emotional aromatherapy set, but it's also got a nice little kit that it calls the Mood Management Kit that has Serenity, which is the one I talked about with sleep. Balance is the grounding one. Elevation, which is great as it sounds for elevating your mood. And Citrus Bliss, which is another really uplifting one. So I just wanted to do that quick sort of flyby of the emotional oils, just because those are some of the things that I was using a lot. And as I said, top tips are, if you've got essential oils, use them. You know, even get yourself some rollables. I'm happy to help you find out where you can get you can make your own rollables. Like this is one I've made. You know, you can just get these bottles, you fill them with some carrier oil, put some drops of essential oil in there, and you've got your own little perfume or thing that you can carry in your bag. Doesn't take up a lot of space. And when you're feeling a bit down, it's better to put some on than none, because it is going to have a positive impact on you. Just go for your intuition, just pick one and see what happens. Definitely. If you don't use essential oils, I would say the way I felt after my dad's death compared to the way I felt when I had a miscarriage at 19 weeks they don't even compare. And I know that I'm a different person now than I was then, because that was like 16 years ago. But I'm still in a weird situation, having gone from grieving for my dad into the situation we're in at the moment, where a lot of people, I think, are struggling with their emotions and being away from people and being away from things they like, etc., etc. But I just feel that I'm managing it better. I'm still grieving, I'm still upset, but it just doesn't seem as big of a drag. And I'm sure that's something to do with using the oils. So if you don't have any, you know, get me. I can send you a sample of any of the oils I've mentioned this evening. I'd love for you to have a go. Or, you know, you might know someone who uses them. So I would say just get your hands on them. And then if you are feeling a bit down, use the oils, find an outlet for your emotions. So like I said, I've been writing poetry, I've been listening to a lot of music. I've actually found myself wanting to be out in nature a bit more, just connecting, listening to the birds. It's been really nice actually, because I think with less cars and stuff around at the moment, I've heard more bird song than I normally do. You know, find something that helps you ground. I use the oils when I'm indoors, but it's lovely to get out. And actually, I've discovered that using the oils outside is quite different, because you're in a different environment, and using them when I'm grounded, because I quite like going barefoot. So find some way that you can have an outlet, but also appreciate that you need to get those emotions out, that it's okay to cry and stuff like that. But there are ways that you can manage that in maybe a way that doesn't feel quite so overwhelming or out of control. So I think that was everything I was going to say. Obviously, get in touch with me if you want to know more. I'll have a look at the comments. I'll put the other YouTube video. It is worth watching because, as I said, I talk a bit more about the science. I don't go into the ingredients and stuff. If you want to know more about this book, then get in touch. I love sharing what's in this book. I'm quite happy to, you know, take a few pictures so you don't have to spend £120 yourself. Not everybody's a crazy geek like me. And if you want to hear, I've got a couple of poems that I'd quite happily share with people about sort of what I've been through with the grieving process. I'm not going to read those. I've read some of them on previous lives. But if you want to hear any of them, get in touch with me. If you want to know anything about the oils, get in touch with me. I highly recommend doTERRA, obviously, because that's who I partner with as a business, and I trust them implicitly in where they get their stuff from and the ethics they have behind it. But I would still say, if you've got oils, grab your oils, give them a go, see how they impact on your emotions. Maybe do a little bit of an experiment with yourself to see if you can see any difference from using them. They are amazing. And I don't think I was quite aware how amazing they were until I went through this situation. So, yes, I just thought I'd share that. Get in touch with me if you want to know more. I'm always here. And remember, you're beautiful on the inside and on the out. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye.